or for a Q&A that you guys asked me on Instagram. So I basically did a very quick turnaround giveaway on Instagram because I realized I had a Christmas kit that I had received accidentally from a shop and I wasn't gonna get a chance to use it, and I wanted to pass it on to make sure somebody got to use it. So I did a quick giveaway on my Instagram, and the way to enter was to ask me a question for a Q&A, because I was so worried if I just did a normal Q&A, nobody would ask me any questions. So I had to make it part of a giveaway because that was like my fear. So I've never done a Q&A on my channel. I know a lot of other people have done them, and I've been kind of thinking about doing one, but I don't know. I was worried it would make me seem like full of myself to assume that you guys want to know stuff about me. But since I've seen enough other people do them, I hope you guys are interested. So I'm going to just kind of go, I was debating whether I should try to organize these by topic or if I should just go from the top. I think in case I don't get through everything, I think I'm just gonna start at the top and work my way down, because then I'll know where I left off. If you didn't happen to see the giveaway and you have questions for me, if I don't get through everything this week, I can finish it up next week. So if you have questions that aren't answered here and you didn't get a chance to submit on Instagram, go ahead and just leave them in the comments below, and I can also talk about that next week. So let's get started. Rian Foxy asks, if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go? Ooh, that's a good question. I think if I could really visit anywhere in the world, it would probably be Australia. I think I've done a lot of Europe. I personally don't have a huge desire to see pieces of Asia. It's just not something that's ever really drawn me in this. But I think seeing Australia would be amazing. So let's pause to think about how we're gonna do this. I don't know if I'm gonna be great at like talking and planning at the same time, but we're gonna try. I think I'm going to go back after 2 weeks of doing no white space. I think I'm gonna do a white space section in the center. So I'm gonna do to-dos today, and then little things at the bottom, and the little things will have my full boxes, because I don't have a ton of plans this week, so I don't feel like I need my today section to be at the top. So we're gonna do this. Which one do I want to be the quote box? For up here, I'm going to use, I think I'll do the girl up there because she's cute. So I'll put everything else down here. So next, so yes, Australia I think would be my answer. It's one of those places I don't think I'm ever gonna get to go just because it's so far and so expensive, but I think I really appreciate like outdoors, and it'd just be so neat to see Australia. Enan01 asks, how do you organize or store your stickers? I do plan to do a video on this at some point, but I fairly recently set up acrylic drawers on my desk, and I'll just show you an example. It looks like this, and it has like, has 4 of these in a stack, and I have 4 of them. So I have like a whole set of drawers here that I can pull from while I'm planning. So that has all of my multicolor and labels and icons, all of that. And then for kits, I'm still trying to figure out my kit storage, which is why I have not done I have not done a sticker storage video yet, but that is coming. Next question from Jasmine24. How do you plan the monthly notes goals view of your personal planner or traveler's notebook? I don't. I use those as pen only. In my personal, it is pen and no. Oh, guys, I'm having such a hard time like thinking and answering right now. I'm trying to decide where I want to put like. So Wednesday is really the only day I don't have any little things. Every other day I have at least one little thing. So I'll just have to cover up some of these pretty boxes. And okay, so yes, I use in my personal planner, my monthly inserts are actually like the one area where I'll write in like details that I might not want to post on Instagram or something. It's like I just use that as like an area that I know nobody that is gonna see it, so I can be a little bit more descriptive, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of where I do a lot of my like forward plan tracking. These are so pretty, these full boxes. Okay, next question. This is hard. I don't know how everybody else does it. Okay. Oh My Heart Plans. Hey, Courtney. You were one of the first planners I started watching. It's been so fun to watch your channel grow. That's really sweet. How has your planning style evolved over the last year, or has it? I think a couple of things. I've definitely, like, I started out mostly being like, no white space. Like, I watched all of Andrea's videos and I thought that was like the way to plan, like the stack of little things at the bottom and then your today section and no white space and then your ombre heart checklist. And so I finally kind of broke from that mold after seeing a lot of other people on YouTube do it and just personally, like, finally, like, trying something else different. So that was one way I've changed. I think I also have become a little bit less like of a contrarian to planner trends. And what I mean by that is that sometimes like, you guys know, I really like, I think glitter headers are kind of dumb. Like, I think it's dumb that people do glitter headers every week, and that's fine if you want to do it, but I just don't like it. And I used to feel that way about like boxes with like high fashion girls or like all over the top foiling and all of that. I used to kind of think it was either too girly or something for me. And as I've stayed in the planner community, I've started to actually just like that stuff. And I used to not. So I think being more open to kits that are more that style and that, like, incorporating more foil and stuff into my spreads, I wouldn't have done like a year ago. So, and I think the other big thing is I really have started to enjoy my personal planner. Like, I got it thinking it would just kind of be like fun, like, way to make videos, but I really have started to like rely on my personal planner functionally, in addition to obviously my Erin Condren. Oh, we are never gonna get through this, guys. I am so slow. Okay, next up, Danglerd asks, if you could only use one type of planner, oh, this is hard, what would you use? EC, inserts, traveler's notebook, etc. Okay, so that is a very hard question. I think I'd have to go EC, because if I can only use one, well, I don't know. If I could only use one, do I want it to be small so I can carry it around with me? Maybe I'd go personal. Maybe I'd go personal and I'd have a few different sections in there that I could like do. I think I'd have to go personal, because I don't like to have to carry my Erin Condren around. But I would be very sad to give up my Erin Condren. So I'm glad nobody's gonna make me do that. Gabrielle Nicole with a bunch of numbers. What's your favorite Etsy shop? Oh, you guys are asking the tough questions. So I don't know that I can say one single favorite Etsy shop, and I think I can get it down to 3. I've thought about this before, actually, whether I could get it down to 3. And I think I can do 3 as long as you're not actually limiting me to Etsy shops. I assume any sticker shop is fine. So I think 1 would be Little Miss Papery. I love her kits. I love her stickers. I think she's just I just like a lot of what she does. 2, I think would have to be Two Little Bees. I just love Two Little Bees' stuff. Even though I feel like I haven't done a ton of Plan With Me's, I buy a lot of her stuff, and I just think her kits are so beautiful and so unique that I would not want to give those up. And then I think 3 has to be Scribble Prints Co., because I would need like a functional shop in there, you know, and I still think that Scribble Prints Co. does some of the best functional stuff. So I think those would be or probably like my 3 favorite Etsy shops. But I like a lot. You know, I'd hate to give up Munchkins and Emojis from Once More With Love and Coffee Monsters Co. You know, I'd hate to lose some of my favorite shops for like my fitness icons, like Planning Roses, Lexi Kylie Designs, Piper Paper Co. makes some of my favorite multicolor stuff. So yeah, that would be tough. Only 1. Okay, Shannon, Scott, Roberto, what started you planning? Does your husband plan also? What are your tips for planning on a budget with Etsy stickers? So I'll start with the first one. What started me planning? What started me planning was, so the hobby that I wasted time on before planning was actually makeup. I was like one of those girls, and I'm like, it's so funny because like if you know me in real life, I'm so not like a makeup type of girl. I don't know, I guess that's really judgy to say, but I just mean like I'm not one that would like in high school I barely wore any makeup, same in college. And like, until I discovered the whole makeup community, I like barely was like, you know, I would throw on some mascara to look more alive. And then I got like super into like all the YouTube videos and Sephora, blog, you know, all sorts of stuff. And I would just like read about it, and got pretty into it for whatever reason. And in that community, I was part of like a forum where people would like talk about makeup. And one day I saw in like the list of threads for like off-topic threads, there was something about decorating your planner. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. Let me click over there. And they were talking about like Elle Fowler's stuff and just in general decorating your planner. They mentioned Scribble Prints Co. and that was like the beginning of the massive rabbit hole. That being said, I have always had a planner. Like my mom will tell you, like it was always like a huge deal every December to find the perfect planner for the next year. And I always had like colorful pens I would use in my planners, and I would color code, like in college I would color code my classes and block my time out. So I was always really into planning. I just didn't discover planner decoration till I saw it in that forum. And that was all kind of, from there I must have binge watched in like every single one of Andrea's videos, like so fast. And it, like I ordered my Erin Condren shortly thereafter and bought my first stickers. So yeah, it was all downhill from there, as I said. And then next question, or what was her second part? Does your husband plan? My husband does not plan, certainly not with stickers. He does not really plan on paper. He is a Google Calendar kind of guy. So he uses his Google Calendar and has everything there, like his work deadlines, his social stuff. So I can always look there and see what he's up to. He does he works from home and he has a whiteboard that he actually uses for a lot of project planning. And so he does like to write stuff out on his whiteboard, but he is not a paper planner. He's Mr. Technology. He'd much rather be on the computer than have it written down. And then her final question, what was it? What are your tips for planning on a budget with Etsy stickers? I actually did a video, so I will link that below. And but basically my tips are like, if you want to use Etsy stickers and still plan on a budget, you gotta like sign up for shop notifications and wait for sales. Like I think that like when I say shop notifications, I mean like on Instagram, sign up for their post notifications and get stuff when it's on sale. Wait for a good discount code. There are definitely some shops that are better than others for a budget. I have not tried, like I know Libby & Co is one really popular one for people on a budget. I have not tried her stickers, so I can't speak to those, but I've heard her. I think in terms of getting nice Erin Condren kits, I think Nicole Alexia Designs is one I recommend. I think doing white space planning really can help stick to a budget. So I think there are ways, but I will link that video down below as well. Next question from Cynthia Gonzalez Veronica. What is your favorite month and, she said sessions, I think she means seasons to plan. Definitely fall. Fall is in general just my favorite season, so planning in fall is my favorite. I just love, like, I am just like, you know, team basic bitch, basically. Like I love pumpkins, I love scarves, I love boots, I love being cozy and lighting a candle, like, so I love all that. So, but I don't love snow, so I don't like winter as much as I like fall. So fall is probably my favorite season, so it's also my favorite season to plan. Favorite month in general is probably October. So I like planning that. Even though my birthday's in July, I do also like July. Out of all the summer months, July is the best. But yeah, I have to go fall and October are my favorite seasons to plan. Supermom751. When did you start planning? What are your favorite months and favorite holiday and why? When did I start planning? So like I said, I think I've been using some sort of planner since middle school. And I got really into like picking out my planner itself in college, and I would like spend a lot of time deciding what planner would be most functional. And then I think I already kind of talked about how I got into planning with stickers. And then what are your favorite months, favorite holiday, and why? Like I said, October favorite month, probably second favorite is July, just because I love my birthday. Who doesn't? And I also like the 4th of July because my family always does a big party. Favorite holiday, I'd probably actually go Thanksgiving. I love Christmas, but my mom always hosts like a big Christmas party, which kind of makes things a little bit more stressful, and she's always stressed out. Thanksgiving growing up was always just like food. It was a lot more chill than Christmas was, so I think I'd have to, and I just love football, I love beer, I love carbs, even though I'm a vegetarian, so I guess I really shouldn't say that Thanksgiving's my favorite, but probably is. Now I'm just going through with my meal stickers, and I'm putting them kind of in the washi just to, I don't know. The washi is very plain, so I don't mind covering it up a bit. And next question. Decorate my planner. How did you get into planning? I think I covered that. Ashley tries to plan. Why are you so awesome? I mean, come on guys, obviously, I just am. But really, what is your favorite thing about the holidays? Seeing my family has to be my #1 favorite thing. So I am one of 16 cousins, and they're all older. A lot of them actually have kids of their own, and the Christmas time is really like the one time that we all definitely come home to our home city. And so seeing all of them and like the big party, like I said, that my mom throws, like we all have so much fun. And yeah, it has to be getting the chance to see people that I wouldn't otherwise get to see. The Rustic Arrows asked, what will be your planners for the new year? Oh, good question. I am probably gonna stick with the same system I have right now. So I'm gonna stay in my Erin Condren, and this is kind of the planner that stays at home on my desk. And I don't carry this around with me. So really this ends up being like, it has all my social stuff, my workouts, but it's really I use this as the most for the to-dos, and it's really my almost like my YouTube planner. It's kind of where I do all my YouTube tasks and write all of that down. And then I will continue to have my personal planner. My personal planner is, I use the Recollections ring bound one right now, and I carry that around with me. And I really like that one. It has obviously my plans in it so that when I'm out of the house, I can see that. But it's also where I have like a lot of ongoing lists. It's where I track my spending. So I find, yeah, like I was saying earlier, my personal one I think is kind of almost more essential to my productivity, at least when I'm out and about. Let me move this a little. Okay, I can be talking and fussing with this sticker at the same time. So, plan with Lily. Do you prefer white space or no white space? Ooh, that's tough. I think if I could only plan with one for the rest of my life, I'd probably go white space because I think I get sick of no white space sometimes. But I do like using both of them. I think it really depends on the kit too. And it also kind of depends on the week. Like if I'm having a busy week already, then I tend to not like having like no white space because it just feels like kind of overwhelming. If that makes sense. Okay. I think we're good. I think that's close enough. I will cover that flag up. I don't know if she has flags in here that cover it, or I can cut some from washi. Either way is fine. And then in the sidebar, I'm gonna do just the habit tracker on top first. And since I only have the one, I'm not even gonna label the section. She has these really cute like H2O and Girl Boss hours ones, but I don't really track my work hours because I just work like a salary job. And so I don't really, and it's just like 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 every day. And I don't do my hydration in this planner. I do that in my work planner. Oh, that's another planner I'm going to use in 2017. I have a Blue Sky from Target Day Designer, and I use that at work, and that goes through the end of 2017, and I will probably continue to use that. I've been really liking that. It's been very functional for me. So in my sidebar, I want to do my uploads and like a list of tasks. So I think I'm going to do the task list first just to break up all the gray, and then oh, and then this is red. So I'm gonna do both of these and hopefully it all fits. So I'll do the red first actually. Okay, next question. Brooke Harris 27. What is your planning New Year's resolution Holly plans? Ooh, that's an interesting question. I think my planning New Year's resolution is probably it probably should be like buy less. I think it's gonna be more like buying kits when I have like a plan to use them. Like not just buying kits because I like them, like focusing really on like only buying stuff that I know I have a plan to use. Like I need to do that. And I think my other New Year's resolution is like in terms of related to planning. I don't really have any others. Like I'm trying to think. I'm like, Holly, you must have something, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I just want to like, you know, make sure I'm not like getting ridiculous, spending too much money and going crazy. I'm going to do an important header for this next list. Stellar Glam Plan. Hey Stella, what's your favorite holiday drink? What style of planning, she put it in parentheses, EC, is the most functional for you? So my favorite holiday drink is this drink my aunt makes, and it's a Captain Morgan's spiced rum with ginger ale and a splash of like, she squeezes in a fresh orange and then she puts the orange in the drink. I could drink those like freaking, like just guzzle them. And I'm not even like typically a rum person, but I do love ginger ale, and it's just so, it's like spicy and warm, but it's still refreshing. It's really good. So that is my favorite. I'm not much of an eggnog person, but I'd rather just like have a beer or something. But yeah, for a cocktail, that is my favorite holiday cocktail. What style of planning in the EC is the most functional for me? I think that realistically, the style I was doing for a while on my channel where I would post, like I would start it on Sunday and then kind of plan throughout the week in the today section. So like a combo of pre-planning and plan as I go is probably the most functional. But it was hard to maintain filming wise, so I kind of gave that up. And I think typically, it really depends on the week, but I think in general, having like a white space today section and the separate to-dos is just essential to being productive in the Erin content for me. And for me, I really am the type that I need to have, I can't do like scattering the to-dos. You know how some people put like to do here, then here, then here, and then like have the full boxes scattered. This, like where I go straight across, is much more functional for me because I just visually need to know where to look like for my to-dos. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but hopefully. Angel Heart Plans. What made you want to start a planner YouTube channel? What is your favorite thing to do during Christmas season? What made you want to start a planner YouTube channel? Basically, I watched Andrea from Scribble Prince Co. I watched Girl in a Magical World. And I felt like at the time, and Elle Fowler, when she would post videos, I felt like at the time there weren't a ton of people that were doing it. I think because I hadn't found a lot of people yet. I don't think I had found Mandy Plans. Jasenia didn't even exist yet. She's grown crazy. Trying to think who else, but yeah, like I didn't want, to me it didn't seem like there were a ton. I had always been intrigued by YouTube, like I said before I did my, before I got super into planning, I was into the beauty community and they have a big YouTube presence as well. So that just intrigued me in general. And then I saw like, okay, this could be my chance. I knew I never was going to do like a makeup channel or anything because I really don't like having my face out there that much. But planning seemed like a perfect way to keep like some sense of anonymity because for professional reasons, because all you can see is my hands, but still be able to like share a hobby on YouTube. So that was kind of my impetus for starting. Did I make this too big? Might have made it a little. Yeah, I gotta cut this down a little. I'm just cutting these flags from some washi. And favorite thing to do during the Christmas season, I won't answer see my family because that feels too cheesy, but favorite thing to do, probably bake cookies. I really enjoy baking and decorating cookies. I've already baked some gingerbread men this year. I do enjoy baking. I don't get a chance to do it as often as I'd like, but baking is something I enjoy. So I think that always gets me in the spirit when I do that. It reminds me of my mom. Okay, so 11001 asks, what camera and editing software do you use to make your videos? Well, this is actually an interesting question because I need some advice. Right now I am using, I have a Windows computer, and I'm a Windows girl. I'm not gonna switch to a Mac. And I use a Movie Maker, which is like, it used to be the built-in editing software for Windows computers. But apparently it's like unsupported now, and they're not even updating it, and it keeps crashing on me. It's horrible. I would not recommend it at all. So if you guys have recommendations for a Windows-based software, editing software, definitely let me know. Camera, I will leave listed down below. It is a Canon point and shoot. My husband got it for me last year for Christmas when I told him I wanted to get into YouTube. And it's also kind of a camera, it's a digital camera that we can take on vacations with us if we want something that's a little bit nicer than our phones. But honestly, I just use it mostly for YouTube. It's really good. I like it. It works for me. Okay, next question. Audrey and... Oh no, I didn't answer all of her questions. Oh, when will you be in front of the camera? This is back for 1101. Do you plan on the number of kits to purchase or just buy the kits because you like them? Happy holidays, Holly. Thank you. When will you be in front of the camera? Ooh, never. Honestly, I have no desire to like worry about what my face looks like on camera, for one. For two, for professional reasons, I really don't want to do it. I just don't want my face out there. You know, I work in a career that I do not think it would be perceived well to do, like to have my face out there that much. Like it's, you know, it's not against any policies technically, but I just don't, I don't think my boss would love it. So, I think what I can do, cause I noticed someone else asked me down, like in another question also, like when can we see your face? I think what I might do is share an Instagram story at some point that just kind of shows you guys my face, and I'll just, you know, so follow me on Instagram if you want to see that. I'm not gonna make a video with my face just because, like I said, professional reasons, but I can share with you guys what I look like if you're very curious. Although I'm sure if you guys are good at internet stalking, I'm sure you could have figured it out by now. Just saying. Do you plan on the number of kits to purchase or just buy the kits because you like them? Right now, I'm pretty much just buying the kits because I like them, which is not like a great strategy. So I need to stop doing that. I am going to try to stop doing that. But yeah, I don't plan. I did plan for Christmas in particular. I did say like, okay, no more than 12 kits because I knew there would be 4 weeks. I have 3 planners. That was it. Even then, it still wasn't like a great strategy because it was not... I like didn't buy enough personal kits. Like I didn't like plan it out super great, but that's okay. I bought too many big kits and not enough personal kits. Okay, next question, Audrey Ann 4-in-1. How do you find the motivation to work out so often? That's an interesting question. It's been a long evolution for me with working out, like, and I think sometimes when you guys probably see that I work out so much, there's probably an assumption I'm like super fit and like super skinny, and that's totally not. Like I have been a size 8 since I was like 14, and I'm still like a size 8 now, and like that's just my size. Like I am, you know, sometimes it's a 6, sometimes it's a 10, but I hover right around that range. I'm just kind of built kind of curvy and thick, and I work out. For me, I really like to eat, and working out is the one thing that kind of lets me not have to worry about eating too much. I just want to, you know, I want to be able to eat and drink and do all of that. And I know personally, I've definitely gained weight, a lot of weight before, and I've lost weight. And the thing that has actually stuck is committing to an exercise routine. And if I can commit to an exercise routine and try to eat fairly healthy when I'm eating at home and I pack my lunch, then it gives me a little bit more flexibility to go out to eat a lot for dinner and to have wine and things like that. So I think the other thing that really helped me is just finding an exercise you like. And like, when I say that, I always used to hate hearing that because it's like the exercise that I like is like sitting on the couch. I don't want to do anything. And I'm still that way. Like I'm not a person that like loves, like feels so like I must exercise, you know, I wouldn't be who I am. That's not me at all. Like I am a total couch potato. But I know it lets me eat, it helps me be able to eat what I want, and I also get a lot of mental benefits. It does help with an anxiety that I experience. I have a lot of anxiety tied up with sleeping. I don't sleep, I have a hard time falling asleep. And that's like been the case since I like was little. And it's not like insomnia, it's more, because even when I'm tired, I'll be able to, but it's like I get like a very like a racing mind. It's like the Sunday scaries, but I have it every night. So, but working out really helps me not have that as bad. So that is good for me. Yeah, so I don't have like, it's not like necessarily about like, oh, like I just love to run, but for me, I have found that I like running probably the best because I can do it very easily. Go, you know, straight out my door. I don't have to like drive anywhere. I can listen to podcasts while I run, which helps. And I give myself the freedom to go as slow as I need to go. You know, like I always say, I'm going faster than anybody on the couch. Like just not making it feel incredibly painful to work out. Like don't like try and go out and run a half marathon the first time you go for a run. Just let yourself go out tell yourself you're gonna go out for 10 minutes and that's it. And then it doesn't feel as terrible. Does that make sense? I wanna put this payday thing on Friday, but I don't wanna cover this up. We'll put it here and it'll kind of go into Saturday and that's fine. I think that's all my little things. So next I'm gonna do these date covers, write in the numbers. So yeah, I don't know that that's a great answer for exercise. It's something I've worked on. You know, I'm almost 30. I'm not 18 anymore. I did not have motivation when I was young, but as I've gotten older, I do really value the mental benefits it gives me. Okay, so next, Gina Warwood asked me, when you first started planning, did you style the way you saw others planning or did you plan your own way? Oh, I totally copied. Like I would literally watch Scribble Prints Co. use the same kit as I was using and like copy her. That's like, I'm not a creative person. So that was like how I figured out like how to do this because it did not come naturally to me at all. So yeah, no, I'm not creative like that. Dane, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. What is your favorite aspect about planning? Staying organized obviously is helpful. I think I really like that it's like a fun, creative outlet and hobby. I like that it's like a hobby that does not involve a screen. Well, I guess editing does, but I like that I'm not like sitting there just mindlessly flipping through the TV like I used to. It's something that I really enjoy and I think does provide like a nice outlet that is relaxing and fun without being yet another hour in front of a computer because I spend a lot of time on the computer. SJS with a bunch of numbers as you are one of my favorite channels. Thank you so much. What does your husband think of your planning, the time YouTube takes, the money spent on stickers, etc.? Also would love to know what you do professionally. So what does my husband think of all of this? He thinks I'm nuts, but he's totally supportive. I don't, you know, those might sound like they're mutually exclusive statements, but I think he is similar in that he's really happy for me that I found a hobby that is not, because even like I consider exercise a hobby, but you can't exercise all the time, you know, and I find when I'm focusing too much on like exercise and like it gets a little obsessive. So and like, you know, like reading about it and counting calories, I just don't think that's like a super healthy way for me to live. I'm having a hard time with my pen on this paper. So I think this is a much healthier hobby than that. And so he's happy about that. I do think he probably thinks it's nuts that I spend so much money on it, but we do have our personal budgets and you can kind of spend it on whatever you want. So he's, you know, he knows that that's fine that I do. This is how I choose to spend my money. And yeah, and I think he's really impressed and proud of how I have stayed committed to my YouTube channel and how I've gotten it to grow. He himself is very obsessive about his own hobby, which is video games, and he has actually tried to do with his friends. They've done streaming before, but they would never get very high numbers. So he's always amazed like how many subscribers I have. So thank you guys for subscribing, and is very proud that I have stayed committed to it for so long. Oh, and then the second question is, what do I do professionally? So I knew I was gonna get this question when I decided to do a Q&A, and I was like trying to think about like, okay, what do I wanna share? What do I wanna, like I said, I do have a career that I think would probably not love this, but I will talk about it a little bit, and I just ask that you guys kind of like respect my privacy beyond this. And so I work in consulting, and I do specifically healthcare consulting, and I used to do stuff related to the government, and now I do private consulting. And that is why I am so busy all the time consulting. If you're not familiar with what consulting is, basically it's like companies hire out certain services. Like they basically hire consultants to fix things and or to solve problems for them. Oh, and then the second question is, what do I do professionally? So I knew I was gonna get this question when I decided to do a Q&A, and I was like trying to think about like, okay, what do I wanna share? What do I wanna, like I said, I do have a career that I think would probably not love this, but I will talk about it a little bit, and I just ask that you guys kind of like respect my privacy beyond this. And so I work in consulting, and I do specifically healthcare consulting, and I used to do stuff related to the government, and now I do private consulting. And that is why I am so busy all the time consulting. If you're not familiar with what consulting is, basically it's like companies hire out certain services. Like they basically hire consultants to fix things and or to solve problems for them. And I specifically focus on healthcare problems. And I really love my career because it's a really, you get like a totally different variety of, it can be, like I have a really good mix of qualitative and quantitative. I personally have a lot of training in statistical analysis. So I use some of that, but also I use a lot of just, like I write a lot, I research a lot, I make a lot of presentations. I really like it because it's like allows you to be the jack of all trades, and you have to be a jack of all trades to be able to do your job well. So that is what I like most about my career, and I have had a really good experience. I started in consulting after my undergrad, and I've stayed in it in some capacity since until now, and I plan to stay in it. So yeah, so that's my job. It keeps me very busy. I am not the type that I don't need to travel Monday through Thursday, luckily. A lot of consultants do. I have avoided that in my career. I used to actually have to travel more at my old job than my new job. But yeah, I don't have to travel as much as some consultants, but it definitely keeps me busy. Susan Y Plans asks, what planner are you planning on using in 2017? I think I talked about that. So those 3 different planners. Lena Night Writing said, hi Paige, not Paige, but that's okay. What is your favorite type of place to get surprise happy mail from? I don't get surprise happy mail, so I don't have a P.O. box, and that is intentional. I really want to be able to be honest with you guys in my hauls and not feel like I owe a shop to give them a good review because they sent me something. And I'm not saying other people do that, and I think it's awesome that I think people that do feature shops that just send them stuff, I think that's a great way to get exposure for smaller shops. So I totally respect that people do that and think it's an important part of the community. That being said, it's just not what I want to do. I want to be able to review things honestly for you guys and not feel like you can't know if I'm telling the truth or not because it was sent to me. So yeah, so no surprise happy mail here. Next question, I'm Mama, but I'm still me. Hi, what is your favorite type of music and what's your favorite Christmas song? So my favorite type of music is probably, I like a lot of classic rock. Like I listen to a lot of, like David Bowie, the Beatles, that kind of stuff. I also listen to a lot of Radiohead, that kind of thing. But now that I'm getting old, I feel like I have less time and energy to focus on finding new interesting music, so I'm often just like listening to top 40 stuff too, so which is totally fine. You know, I used to be like, think I was like a real like music head, and now it's like I can't even, you know, like I think the newest music I listen to is all on the radio. I don't think I've listened to a new album like aside from artists that I already know in a long time, so makes me lame, but oh well. Oh, and my favorite Christmas song. I think I have to go. I mean, I love the classic, the Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I also love, I really like, and it's funny because I'm not really religious. I was raised Catholic, but I don't practice now. But I love the song in church, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. At my midnight mass service at the church, I still go with my mom when I'm home for the holidays. They always sing that on the recessional, whatever it's called when they're leaving, and I always love that one. That's one of my favorites. It's harder for me to talk and plan because I'm trying to actually plan my week now. But okay, so then V3T Babe, hey V, asks, who are some of your favorite planner girls? And I really like V's video. She has great videos. I'll try to remember to link her below. And who else do I like on YouTube? I think Mandy Plans is probably like my #1 must watch. I just love all of the stuff she does. She does totally different spreads from me, but I'm always very inspired by her videos. And then I also really enjoy Jasenia's videos are great. She is so creative and that's the Planner Sophisticate, and she just like, you know, it's crazy because Jasenia and I started around the same time and her growth has been insane compared to mine, but it's because she's so good. She really is the best. She's just so good that I totally understand like why everybody loves her and like why she's like, I think she just hit 10K. She's amazing. So definitely Jasenia. I'm trying to think who else. Kiara, who's Paper Princess Plans. I love her videos. I started with Girl in a Magical World, but honestly, her videos aren't resonating with me as much anymore. I don't know. I just don't quite follow those as closely these days. I still love Andrea's videos. She is, for me, it's like almost like comfort food because she was the first real one I really watched a lot of her videos. So I very much enjoy her stuff. And yeah, I think that I'm sure I'm forgetting people. I love Jessie Plans or Jessica Wilson. And who else do I enjoy? I follow some smaller ones too, like Kittenish Girl Jess, or that's her. Jess, I forget what but leave yourself down below. She's great. She's Australian. Lots of different people. Everybody's great. I think that it's such a great community and we have a lot of really talented people that share their content. And so next question, Julia Plans asks, what are you using as your work planner now and do you decorate it? So like I mentioned earlier, I am using what's it called? I am using a Blue Sky Day Designer for my work planner, and it's like the kind that has time on one side, a giant to-do list on the other, and then space for notes. It's huge. I love it. It's like my whole day, literally my day designer is all right there. I can get it all done just by looking at that one page, which I love. I do not decorate it. I have a few washi samples that I brought in that if I'm gonna have a super terrible day and I want something to perk it up, I'll put it across the top and the bottom just for a little bit of extra deco, but I really don't decorate it, and I the only other thing I do is I brought all of my Planner Kate water bottles. I used to use those. If you've been following my channel for a long time, you know I used to decorate A5 inserts for work, and I would always put a water bottle in every day. And I just brought all of those old water bottles into work, and now I just stick one on every day to check off my hydration. Karina Patel, hey Karina, what are some tips on being more confident to post planner videos? Also, how can I make them better quality videos? BTW, you're like one of my favorite YouTubers. That's so sweet, thank you. How to be more confident? I think you just gotta dive in. If you watch my early videos, I was terrible. I mean, I'm still bad, but like I was real terrible. Like I had no idea how to do it. I didn't know how to like engage in front of a camera, and like I still don't know clearly how to talk and plan at the same time, considering I'm still sitting here not doing it. But yeah, you gotta practice. I think that's the only way to gain confidence is to try, and to know, you know, the best part about planner videos is that like people can't see your face. So, you know, if it is, you know, if you are totally screw up, people don't really know it's you. So, I think that's one nice thing. I'm taking this little present here. We're going shopping for gifts on Thursday night, so I'm going to put that in to kind of represent that on that half box. And how can you make better quality videos? The biggest thing I do is when I compress my videos after I've done my editing, is I do save them as, I think it's 60 FPS, or I don't know all the tech of it, but my husband was like, this will make your videos better, do that. So I do that, and I think that does help with the quality. And I also did purchase some affordable lights on YouTube so that I can film when I don't have natural light. Natural light is still, natural light is definitely still better, but I can't, like my schedule, it just doesn't allow me to have it all the time. So I had to get some lights. So I think those are my two things. Pens, Paper, and More asks, what are your favorite pens to use in your planner? Normally it's my Papermate Inkjoy gels and the 0.7. They have been giving me some grief on some premium matte stickers lately. They're always good on glossy. So like they were giving me a hard time on these stickers, and but yeah, those are my favorite. They're the most comfortable. I like writing on regular paper with these as well, not just stickers. Those are definitely my favorite and the ones I use the most. Ooh, okay, so Box Action asks, can you show us a comparison of your planning style from when you first started getting into planning to now? Yes, I can do that. I'm gonna go find a planner. So the planner I'm using is my Plan As I Go spread now. Ooh, sneak peek of this this week's spread is the planner I first started planning in. So this is gonna be a real throwback. So if you guys wanna see some of my first ever spreads, I think I did a flip through of these. I'll try to remember to link that below, but even if not, let me show you what we were working with. So this was like back when I like did not have kits. I just was using mostly like multicolor stuff. Like look at this, this is so different. And then even once I started to use more stickers, like I wanted to conserve them so I wouldn't like use too many. And I didn't have a lot of stickers, and I would use like all of my, like I thought you had to match the monthly colors, so I would use like all yellow for the entire month of August. It looks so dumb. And then this was like one of my early spreads that I was like, ooh, decorating is so fun. Okay, so those were some spreads that I had done really early on. I'm actually back the next day because my camera died while I was doing that, and I wanted to finish this up, obviously. I took a look at the footage so far, and it is very long, so I think I'm gonna try to just get through just a couple more questions, and then we will have to pick up either next week, or maybe you guys, this was all you really needed to know and we can call it a day. I don't want to bore you guys with minutia about my life. So I'm just putting for Thursday a coffee before talkie sticker. I think that's so cute because I want to remember to get coffee that morning instead of on Friday. So Polly Plans asked what planners are you going to use for this coming year. So I think we addressed that earlier. And then Lily Hund 411 asked, what planners have you tried that didn't work out for you? That's a good question. I have tried out the Traveler's Notebook fairly recently, and I don't feel like I've found a style in there that really works for me. I just think I prefer having a ring-bound personal planner on the go, but I'm gonna keep trying it for like at least another quarter. And I also used to use an A5 ring-bound for work, and I just found that I got really probably too into decorating it for work, and I needed something a little bit more functional as opposed to like worrying about like making it look nice and doing a YouTube video about it. So I have kind of abandoned that one, as you guys have, if you've been following my channel for a while, realize, and just use, like I described earlier, more of a functional planner for work that I don't worry about posting on here or decorating. Jackie Bardis, hey Jackie, what is your favorite style of planning? White space, no white space, plan as I go, memory planning? How consistently do you use your planners on a daily basis, and what field do you work on? So I already talked about my job. And favorite style of planning. Right now I am really loving memory keeping. I don't really consider that planning though. So I think in terms of actual functional planning, I find my personal planner with the combination of my grid bar is probably the most functional for me right now, and is something that I'm really enjoying doing just from like a usability standpoint. And how consistently do you use your planners on a daily basis? I definitely use my Erin Condren pretty much every day. Sometimes like on the weekends, or like really not on the weekends, but like towards the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, I stop like being as productive, and I might not use my to-dos, or I might just do them retrospectively. But pretty much like this sits at my desk, so if I'm working on something at my computer, it's sitting right next to me and I can see it really easily. So I do use that a lot. And then my personal planner, I will admit I go through phases. Like in theory, I should be checking it every day, and when I'm like being very committed and productive, I am checking it every day. But there are definitely times when it is not that way, and I'm fine with that. Like I've gone through phases where I don't really check it every day, but right now I'm definitely looking at it almost every day and finding a lot of use out of it. And my work planner I use every day that I'm at work, so that one I definitely stay in. And Saturday, I have another Christmas party presents. I'll kind of go back through. I'm gonna stop answering questions in another minute, and then I'll go back through and tell you guys like what all these plans are, just in case you're curious. And I do want to try to pick up some groceries on Saturday, so I'm just gonna put this down here. Maybe I'll layer it over a flag just to, very nice. And then Sunday is very low key. I just want to get a workout in and also watch the Bills game. So I think I'm gonna do one more question today. And I'm just gonna scroll forward. I will come back to these other questions. I definitely, if you guys wanna see them, I can come back to them. And if you leave me some more below, I'll try to do that. But I did want to talk about this one because I thought it was a really interesting question. Just Christia asked me, how do you manage work-life balance? From your spreads, it sounds like you have a stressful job and have an active social life. And then she kind of asked me about what I do as a career, but we already talked about that. So how do I do work-life balance? I think that's a really good question. It's something I struggled with for a lot in my 20s. You know, I've swung both ways where I'm working way too much, and then other times where it's like I'm being way too social and not focusing on my job. I do feel like I'm finally at a pretty good balance with the two things. So I feel like I can talk a little bit about that. So I think for me, the most important thing is remembering my priorities. So I personally, right now, my main priorities are, I pretty much have 5 priorities right now. 1, my job. 2, my husband and my relationship with my husband. 3, my social life. 4, YouTube. 5, exercise. I would say like 90% of my time is spent doing one of those priorities, like at least my non-sleeping time. I very rarely, like I'd still make time to like have me time and take baths and things like that and, you know, chill. But I, these days, spend very little time like on other things really. And I think it's important to remember one of my favorite quotes I read, I'm probably gonna screw it up, but it's basically like, you have the exact same amount of time as like Barack Obama, Beyonce, like every other person on this planet. We only get 168 hours in a week. And so it's all about how you use that time. And I really focus on those 5 priorities. I used to spend a lot more time doing things like, I used to spend a lot more time like watching Netflix or just like chilling on the internet. I'm reading, like I don't read as much as I want to right now. I don't have kids, we don't have a pet. So all of those things are not things I spend time on. And that's how I kind of want it to be right now. But that's not probably the case for everybody, and you just need to know what your priorities are. And I think when your priorities are things that are important to you, it makes it a lot easier to focus on them. Like I really do want to do well in my career. I don't want to, you know, wake up when I'm 35 and be like, why didn't I work harder in my 20s? So it's important to me to be going for that, even though like my new job, for example, is like, you know, it has a longer commute and it has like pretty intense demands sometimes. That is still important to me because it's important to me, so I make time for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think it's an evolution, you know, you got to figure out what works for you. You have to, but it's hard. You have to take the time to get there. It doesn't just happen overnight, but I think figuring out what those priorities are and balancing them. In terms of balancing work and social specifically, I know for myself that the max number of social activities I can handle a week is 2. Like I can do 1 during a weeknight, like I can go to happy hour one night, and I can do 1 social activity on the weekends. And other than that, I know once I add more than that, I start feeling really stressed out and just really like I don't have enough me time and time to work on YouTube. And I start like losing sleep and things like that just to try and fit everything in, and that's not healthy. So I've gotten pretty good at honestly at just saying no. Like I've kind of gotten over the FOMO of like missing out on like what things might be happening. Like, oh gosh, I have to go to this happy hour tonight because then like all my friends are gonna be there and I might miss it. And it's like, yeah, you might miss something, but at the same time, like it's only one thing, and if you're going to other stuff, it's probably not a crisis. So I try to get over that fear of like truly FOMO, like missing out on like what I want, or you know, missing out on things. I've tried to get over that and just be like, understand what my priorities are, and if it doesn't fit in that what I'm trying to do in a given week, then I have to turn it down. And I do also think planning does help me with that. I know that's like cheesy, but I really think that seeing everything laid out in a week, it helps me pre-plan my workout so that I can keep exercise a priority, helps me see like when I'm gonna be busy, and when like nights that I might be able to stay a little later at work because I don't have other commitments. It kind of helps me plan that out in advance. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to like, what are you focusing on? Like, what are your big things? Everybody's got different ones. It's totally fine if your priorities are different than mine, but that's really the main way I am able to balance everything. So I think that I'm going to now try to focus on getting the rest of the spread complete before we totally run out of time here. So I'm gonna take on Thursday. I do want to put a little reminder in for trash day because I have some boxes from upstairs that I need to take out. And then back on Sunday, I do want to squeeze in this laundry day sticker somehow, but I also want to mark down planning. I will say I don't love this decoration for like, because it says plan, but it's in the middle of a wreath, which feels kind of random. So I think I'm going to dig out another. I wish I could put the laundry day in the little things section, but I don't think I can lift this now. Oh, my nail polish is chipping off. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like I don't make time anymore for like my nails are not always perfectly done. Like I'm not sitting here like saying I have perfect balance. I just have balance around the things that I know are important to me. And everything else it's less important, so I don't focus on it. I can't believe this is removing okay. Huh. That's nice. Kind of put that over Saturday and Sunday because I do laundry on both days, and that looks a little crowded, doesn't it? I don't love it. I don't love it. Maybe I could put it up here. Yeah, maybe I'll just put it up here, and that's okay. I can check it off kind of up there, and I'll move this bill due back. And then I want to put something in for planning, like I said. So I think I'm gonna take this Planning Roses Time to Plan sticker, the red one, if I can get this to lift. And then I need an icon to cover that up. She has a TV here. I'll take this dark green one. And now I need to go back through and kind of tell you guys about the plans and fill in icons and stuff. So, on Monday, I want to work out that morning, and I think I'm gonna go for a run. So I have my Scribble Prints Co. Running Man stickers. I wonder if one of these colors will work. Do you think this deep green one would work? That would be nice, because I have, yeah, that works, that works. So I'll put that there. And then that night I do want to work on YouTube. So I'm just gonna take this little computer here and put that like that. I'll put it here so I can write in next to it. And then on to Tuesday morning, I don't have anything going on. Tuesday night, I want to start like working on Christmas stuff and gifts. So I'm gonna take some deco here and put that like, I guess the box is already kind of decorated, but I'll take this other gift and put that here to mark down, because I just want to order anything, because we're going to the mall on Thursday night, so Wednesday or Tuesday night I want to make sure like I know what we need when we're there, and so anything I can order online, I'm gonna get that done on Tuesday night, because I also have some TV shows, and so I can kind of do that while I watch TV, so that's nice. And then Wednesday morning I want to go work out, and I use the sticker from the kit. Thursday, and I don't know what I'm doing Wednesday night, so I'm just gonna leave that blank for now. Thursday I want to grab coffee in the morning, so I have that in, and then I want to go to the mall. My husband and I are going to go to the mall that night. Friday morning I'm going to work out again, so I think on Friday morning I'm going to go to spin class, so I'm just going to grab this little sneaker here from my Planner-esque stickers, put that there. Saturday I am going to exercise class with my husband, and so I'm going to grab, I think, a dumbbell. So I have my Planner-esque dumbbells here. I'll grab this. I'll just layer the green on green, that's fine. And then Sunday I want to run again, so I'm going to take the little Scribble Prints Co. stickers. Where are they? Here they are. Getting to use all these greens that apparently I never use, so that's good. Put this here. And that's all my workouts. Oh, and then Friday night I'm going to have like a chill night in. So how do I want to mark that down? Does she have anything cute? Maybe I'll take like this candle, because it has like the cocoa in the background already. So maybe I'll take this little diptyque candle here. And then Saturday night's my work Christmas party, so I'm gonna take this ornament and put that here for like something celebratory. And I already have the groceries down there, and then on Sunday I have everything down, so that's great. So now I'm gonna fill everything in, and then we're gonna come back and do deco at the end. Okay, so we have filled in what I know so far. My to-dos, of course, I fill kind of the day before or the day of. Now I want to go back and just add a little bit of deco, probably just to these plainer spaces, but since we already do have pretty decorative spread here, maybe this girl, because I already have her up there, so I'm gonna take the other girl and put her in down here. Maybe with like this little ornament next to her. Kind of hanging there. I think that looks really cute. And then I want to put something small over there. Maybe just this like little piece of deco. Kind of like it's hanging from up there. I think that's very cute. And then maybe one more thing there. I'll just put this little holly branch here. Actually, because it's already kind of, I think I'm going to leave that one there. And then as the week goes on, if I think I might end up doing something Wednesday night, so I'll probably leave that space blank for now, but if I don't, I'll fill it in with deco. So I will share the final spread on Instagram, as always. So I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me and learning a little bit more about me. Let me know if you do have more questions. I will try to get to the rest of them next week, and so leave anything else that you want to know down below and I will address that. Oh, I realized I could put some down here. It does look nice and like, what do we think? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it blank. I'll just save this deco. Anyway, thank you guys so much for submitting the questions. Like I said, let me know down below if you have any others. It was fun to share with you guys a little bit more about my life, and I hope I didn't bore you too much. I really enjoyed using this kit. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk about it too much. It was my first time using a Paper and Dove kit, or Paper Dove Shop kit, and I loved it. Her paper was really, really easy to work with, except for that one problem I had with pens, but I think my InkJoy gels are just acting up recently, because when I went back through, I used another one and it was totally fine on this sticker paper, so I don't know. Super easy to work with, surprisingly like removable, which was nice for moving stickers around, and definitely feels really luxurious and buttery. So definitely a fan of her paper and her shop. And so let me show you what I have left with this kit. I used up all the full boxes and all the ombre heart checklists. I have a few pieces of washi and functional deco left. A lot of the her icons, I didn't use as many of those. A lot of little things, these sidebar stickers, the regular heart checklist I will, and the half boxes I will hang on to as well. And then of course a ton of deco left. So you definitely get a huge kit from her. And I think she's pretty affordable too. So check her out. And yeah, that is it from me. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope I didn't bore you to death, and give this video a thumbs up if you did like learning more about me, and subscribe to see the second part of this next week. So thank you guys again, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.